Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have an exciting match coming with us. We have the JV, or also known as beginner Overwatch team, up against the Fox Warriors today. We have received word that it will be a 4v5 as the Fox Warriors are missing one player. So hopefully this will still be a good game. I'd like to introduce the rest of my cast with me today. So who am I here with?
We got Gray Landreth,
Aaron Gonzalez,
Ramon Mendez.
And I'm Caden Crone, your main host. Nice to see. Oh, we're going against Valley. My apologies, guys. We're going up against Valley. But still stands, Valley is still missing one player. Hopefully they can put up a good fight up against our 5 starting beginner Overwatch team. Hey, what are you thinking about this comp that they are running?
I'd love to see a hit scan and a Mercy potential pocket going on here. Orisa very good all around. Junkrat, the GOAT.
Aaron is actually with us here, so unfortunately you guys won't be able to see him.
next week.
Okay, that's fine. It looks right now we're doing bans, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting with Control. If you're new to watching, Control is a basically King of the Hill. Got to get it to 100%. It's a best out of 3 for this. Right, so Valley, as we see, banned Samoa, Oasis, and Nepal, leaving Antarctic, Busan, Ilios, and Lijiang for Waynesville to pick from. Aaron, what would you recommend that the beginner team pick for us?
Well, if we're talking control point maps, either Busan or Ilios, because those are really great maps in my opinion. Ilios has a lot of the ledges that give opportunities for boops. Very good for mobility heroes too. Busan is a very tight, like closed map. It's hard to navigate, but really, it's really fun to hold, especially late game.
Right, yeah. We have picked Busan, guys. Looks like Aaron was right on the money. What a good map overall. It is definitely very well balanced. And Orisa, as we saw, that Ethan likes to play a lot. Our tank is very, very dominant on Busan. Very, very high pressure. It's a close quartered map, so hopefully we can get a lot of value. Unfortunately, Busan's also a pretty decent Junkrat map, but Aaron won't be there to play Junkrat. But we did see that Mercy and that Soldier combo through their favorite characters, so hopefully we'll see a good hit scan pocket, and there's very good long range sights on this map, so hopefully Soldier can do a lot. Ramon, what are we thinking? Ramon, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking they're picking Busan was a really good map, and especially with what you said about Ethan being a really good tank. Also aggressive. I've noticed that Ethan can be very aggressive as Orisa. Maybe their supports could pocket Ethan. I mean, since how aggressive Ethan is, and could be really valuable if with a good support pocket.
And
What do you
could
think, Gray?
Gray, could you explain to us real quick what a pocket means?
Yeah, for those who don't know, pocketing is basically when a support strictly sticks with one person. So, for example, in this case, it might be the soldier or the Orisa, and they will dedicate all their resources and util to that person and keeping them alive, and allowing for significant damage output from a single individual.
Very much so. Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to ask of you guys to like the stream and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you guys can stay tuned for the next Overwatch Esports stream on Thursday, where the experienced Overwatch team, including myself, Ray, and Herman, are going to be playing out there and hopefully catching another win after our first match, which was a very good win up against Elias Cat. are we starting the game mode now? Looks like. But like I said earlier, it is a 4v5. So unfortunately, this might be a little bit hard for the Valley team to try and win, but hopefully they can put up a good match up against the Waynesville, because a 4v5 is really, really difficult, you know. Kind of hard to go up against 5 players in such a team-focused game. You know, these comps rely around this. Aaron, what are you thinking as a part of the JV team about what comp that we're going to see of them walking out?
If they're keeping that same comp with Reaper, looking like they swapped to a Brigida, this gonna be very interesting. This is the more open part of Busan here with the Ramatra as well as the Reaper. Reaper, in my opinion, is great for this map. Lots of high points you can teleport to, as well as it's also close quarters. So he'll be able to get a lot of good picks on here, as well as a Genji. Also Genji on the second DPS. Very interesting comp here for the starting lineup.
And let's not forget about the Ramatra. With the recent buff, he's extremely, extremely strong. Buffing that circle, his health, and overall, he's one of the strongest tanks right now.
Learn that from me. All right. It looks like Valley starting off with the Orisa. Fizzy Pop is behind them on the Genji. Good kill from the Ram. Ram getting 2 early picks, and it looks like Valley falls. Once again, we see that 4v5 from them. Low pressure from Valley since they're down 1 team. But what a great start from our beginner esports team over here on Overwatch. What a great start. Early picks. Like Gray said, that Ramatra was dealing out big damage with those punches. Really good sustainability. And with the Brig, I really like what I'm seeing here.
Let's not forget about the Ana and Genji here. There's potential for a Nano Blade.
Oh, yeah. Those Nano Blades are really strong. We've seen Fizzy trying out the Genji. You know, with the Nano Blade, it does more damage resistant. And, you know, as you can understand, a blade is up close and personal. So that extra damage resistant and damage is really, really good. Early engagement. I think I see a Lari on the low ground. I was kind of hoping for our Genji to go down there. And guys, if you guys are confused, Fizzy Pop was playing with the experienced Overwatch team this weekend, or last week on the support role. However, their main role is on the Genji, on DPS for the beginners.
Tigers here really keeping them in those few entry points here on the map. Really hard for them to get on the point here, especially with their small numbers. But as we can see, they're really sticking together, and that's helping them get some ground onto the point. But it doesn't seem to be working out with just the pressure from all sides, especially with their smaller numbers.
It's the Reaper with a 180-degree flank.
A flank. Gray, very experienced in the flanking department. There goes a team kill for Waynesville. And that'll hopefully be able to get them this first point. Looks like no ultimates have been used yet, but we see a Reaper ultimate. I think he might have misclicked that one. Very much so accidental.
The deflex coming out and no one touching point.
Oh, unfortunate by Valley. Looks like they forgot to touch point. What a tough matchup for Valley. Ramon, what do you think Valley could do to maybe keep themselves in the game a little bit more?
Honestly, with what Gray said about those Ramatra buffs, they need to get that Ramatra out of there.
Maybe they can go for a higher sustainability route, such as Baptiste or Mercy. Someone allow them to keep them in the fight more often. More pressure is more picks, and overall allows for better gameplay.
Another thing too, like you said before, Caden, Orisa is a very aggressive tank, not very defensive. And especially with the 4v5 here, it's going to be really difficult to play here against these people. You're going to need to play someone much more defensive and more team-oriented, like perhaps like Reinhardt or something like that.
You know what they say, though, Aaron? A great offense is a good defense.
They do say that. We see the Doomfist coming out instead of the Ramatra. Hopefully maybe to get on some high ground or apply some pressure to what they thought were to be a Widow. Oh, unfortunately, the Doomfist does go down with a good pick from the Mauga. Mauga high damage, very high HP, and that regeneration from his ability is Shout gives him more regeneration, more people he burns. So hopefully that Mauga might be able to be the turning point for Valley. Obviously, we want to see our team to win, but we would like to see a great match overall, some good sportsmanship, and overall a good match, because that's what makes it more fun for all of us. Ain't that right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they did not capitalize off that pick the Mauga got. They immediately backed up due to low health. So it's mildly unfortunate. And now that our tank's back in the game, it'll be that much harder to overtake point.
A Reaper is dead, though, so it is a 4v4 again. However, it looks like Valley is struggling to push past.
No, they're really not seeing that far, putting in a lot of good damage, especially with that Mercy pocket. Really just picking us off one by one here in the sky. Haven't really gotten any kills on her yet so far.
This is that pocket that we were talking about. Maybe our team would be using, but doesn't look like it. So it looks like Valley actually heard us. You know, they were listening to us.
Very good dashes coming out of our Genji.
Our Genji's definitely putting in good work. Here we're looking at the stats. Our Mercy seems to be doing a lot for the other team, but we can just see those overwhelming damage numbers coming from both our Doomfist and our Reaper. Hard to deal with all that damage. Our Mercy pops ultimate, however, does fall down to the Reaper.
Oh, our Genji does have Blade. Potential outplay coming with that one.
90% left. Valley's going to have to change something up really quickly and get a touch.
Without their supports and their tank, it's going to be really hard to do something here at the end of this round.
It doesn't look like they'll be able to get the touch. Oh, they do get the touch. What a shocker. That Mercy coming in out of nowhere, that flying ability. Definitely really good for getting touches. However, looks like the rest of Valley cannot capitalize. And Waynesville taking the first game in this set of 5. What a strong performance by Waynesville.
It's really great to see them, like switch more, especially after that last game. It was a very, very brutal.
Play the game by the Reaper, shutting down the Mercy ultimate.
Doing big things out here and then killing the Mauga. This is quite skibbity if I do say so myself.
All right, guys. So if you guys weren't aware of how this new setup is, it's new to this year. The losing team of that previous match is going to ban 3 maps that they would not like to play. And then the winning team gets to pick from the remainder of the maps, as well as the losing team also gets to pick whether they attack or defend first. And that can be a pretty big changing point. So, Gray, if you were Valley, what would you be doing here? What would you rather play, attack first, or would you play defense? And how would you play this out?
In all honesty, I think what they need to do is go a more offensive route. Maybe go a hard dive map, ban some of those more mediocre playable maps, and go for a height dominated map that allows them to dive. And off this positive gameplay, after this first step in front of them, maybe they can carry that over into the defensive round, keep that momentum going.
Really living by that. The best defense is the best offense saying, aren't you, Gray?
Absolutely.
All right, Havana is banned. Bali Monastery is banned. And for the last map, it's coming in right now. Junkertown is banned. Now we have Waynesville waiting to make their pick. For Waynesville here, like Gray was saying, we obviously don't want to go with a very dive-oriented map because that would be a little bit easier for Valley. So we should probably throw Watch Point out. However, I'd recommend Circuit Royale. I think that's a very balanced map. However, we picked Dorado. A little bit of dive here. Come on, I'd like to hear some words on what you think of their pick of Dorado.
That's a really good pick in my, especially for us as on the varsity team. We rock Dorado, especially with that dive comp that Gray's been talking about. They have some good high leverage, especially on defense. And Gray, what do you think about Dorado?
I think it's quite fantastic. Once again, referencing our experienced team who tries to teach the unexperienced team everything they know. I think they'll have great success in such a dive-heavy map. We've seen the Doomfist, maybe see a Diva come out. Obviously, paired with that Genji, that there's just a lot of high damage output and pick potential coming out of Waynesville here.
I would love to see a Winston. That's my character right there. I love Winston. A little fun fact for you guys, if you know anything about this map, a little bit of an Easter egg. On the attacker spawn point, there's 3 bells. If you play Wrecking Ball and shoot those balls in a certain order, or shoot those bells in a certain order, you actually get Hammond to sing the rest of the Overwatch song. Pretty unique for this map. What a little Easter egg. A little bit of fun while you're waiting for the match to start. Once again, we're waiting for these players to load in. Aaron, are you excited for this map?
Dorado is not one of my favorite maps personally. The thing here with the Vikings, since they have smaller numbers here, some good map choices are probably shorter maps like Shambali Monastery or just something that would allow them to get quicker, especially even if they get a team kill, that'll be easier for them to get more ground and leave Waynesville scrambling to try to
Recover.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for finishing that.
Of course.
Guys, obviously, like we said earlier, we don't want Waynesville to lose, but we do just want a good game, want a very balanced game, and it's very unfortunate seeing a 4v5 situation. Very, very hard to win through. Not impossible, but very, very difficult. All right. So Waynesville on attack here. Looks like they're going with the Brig, Bastion on Orion. So no dive. Looks like just a very hard push. Maybe with Valley being able to hold this high ground and Waynesville not contending for it. Besides the Pharah, if they can shut down that Pharah from Waynesville, they definitely have that high ground advantage where they can kind of just shoot at them and not have a chance to be shot at.
Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate seeing this from Waynesville, considering it's such a dive-heavy map in there on Rhine. But hey, maybe they pull something out of this and show a hidden technique that we haven't seen yet.
One thing I worry about with this team comp, especially that high ledge on first point.
For sure. All right, we're starting it off. Let's see what happens.
Height. They are not holding height.
Ooh, but our Pharah does fall down quickly to a Bastion. That was a smart pick by Valley. Very high damage to make
That was
up
a really
for
good
that
pin
lack of
in.
clear. Ryan getting in there, killing the Curie, and the Bastion falls to the Reaper.
180-degree flank coming out of that Bastion.
Mercy trying to get the res. However, looks like it's not able to be done so. It almost seems like Valley decided to no longer go with the tank, but go with 2 damage and 2 supports. Unless I'm seeing things wrong, that's a very interesting approach. However, it very much so could be done here with 2 damage. It could make Waynesville's tank unplayable, and then it would pretty much be a 4v4 at that point. It looks like the Rocket League game is having some fun. So if you guys aren't enjoying this Waynesville Overwatch as much as I am, go check out the Rocket League stream. We've got our commentators in the other room. It sounds like they're having a really good time. However, our Reaper does fall for the trade on the Mercy for Valley. Looks like Waynesville is going to cap first point very, very quickly. What a strong performance from Waynesville.
I think if that Bastion wants to do anything, or just the Vikings in general, they're gonna want to. That Bastion's gonna want to target that Reinhardt, get rid of his shield to leave the rest of Waynesville vulnerable.
Look at how much of a tank buster Bastion is. He could not only take out that Ryan shield, but also take out that Pharah. Because that Pharah is doing a lot of work.
A really, really damage heavy DPS like the Bastion is really good, especially hit scan, against the heroes that Waynesville's using right.
All right, guys. Looks like we have an interview coming up. Everyone get hyped for the interview. All right, Fizzy Pop, the Genji from the first match, joined us down. Say hi. All right, guys. So, any questions we got for our Genji player after this first match?
What's your opinion on the dive comp that was being?
I think that it was pretty good, but I think sometimes we just gotta fall back a lot more. We need to work on regrouping and falling back a lot more. Working as a team is what we need to work on.
Glad to see that you guys are still learning something from this match.
Yes.
Even in that 4v5, I'm glad that we're being able to take up some learning aspects. Aaron, as a JV player yourself, what do you have to say?
I think you're completely right. You know, after having played with Ethan, he could be he's very like offense heavy, but he's also a very good team player, keeping his team with him 24/7.
That offense is working really good here. That 4v5, definitely Waynesville is being able to do a lot here. We can see 5 minutes left on the clock. It is extraordinarily good time here. Looks like Valley's having a tough time contesting. The Reaper ultimate comes out. The Nano comes out just to finish off this round. Rig ultimate, popping all the ultimates. And we cap with 4 minutes and 39 seconds. I think that might be record time. I've never seen something that fast.
Great time here for first part of this round here.
Very good.
What's your opinion on the first point Ryan pick?
I mean, I can't really say anything. I think he's doing pretty good at what he's, at his role. He's doing a good tank. He's a good leader as well.
That's good to hear. Good to hear coming from the Tiger Nation.
That is some. I think the Ryan pick was just a little bit freaky. I was really hoping for that Winston pick, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of weird to see them going opposites here. With the dive heavy map like Dorado, they're playing more defensive heroes, but with the more close quarter map like Busan, they play the dive heroes.
Yeah.
It seems to be working out for them, so good for them.
You know what they say? Offense and defense doesn't matter when you have the element of surprise.
Looks like we have the ball comp coming out. The experienced team has really been wanting the wrecking ball. It is unfortunate we didn't get to see that on attack. You guys would have been able to hear that Overwatch theme being sung by Hammond himself, but maybe you guys will get to hear it next time. Hey, I think I'm getting real sick of these boomer quotes that you're pulling out.
Hey.
What can I say? All right, starting up the next match. We're having a good time over here. I hope you guys are having a good time
Hanzo
yourself.
pick. Pocketed Hanzo. Crazy damage about to come
Our
out.
wrecking ball does fall. Like I was saying earlier, this double damage might be able to take out our tank. The Bastion doing lots of work here on attack. Looks like the Waynesville are having to back up. Ooh, and the Hanzo falls, and the Genji falls.
Offense heavy Moira here, getting that great damage up front with the Bastion too.
Recent buff on Moira too. Getting buffed for the 15th time on the damage. So now she's basically a DPS and healer in one.
Is she a support or is she the damage?
You'll never know.
That's the question I'm still asking to this
That
day.
seems to be a trend with Blizzard. It supports more like DPS.
The wrecking ball does fall again. Valley seems like they found a groove for something. Now this might be the match that we were hoping for. And for some good times, the Sombra. Sombra's really good up against taking wrecking ball. We tried that out ourselves and it works out really well.
Good shots coming out of our Cass.
Our Cass and our Pharah on the DPS side are doing lots of work here. Ooh, what a headshot. Ooh.
He's looking like Captain CSN out there, our varsity Cass goat. Experience goat.
Hey, once again, tune in Thursday, guys, 4 o'clock. Yeah, we need the support. We're in for a tough match. Not really sure who we're up against, but I know it is going to be a tough match.
Very tough indeed.
The Pharah does get res here by our Mercy. Good pick on the Mercy here. I'm liking this versatility with the pocket that we were talking about earlier. Obviously not on the Soldier, but on the Pharah this time. Dorado, very air-dominated map. I'm hoping that maybe we can get a play of the game from afar and a big ultimate. That would be very nice to see. Very niche. You don't see it a whole lot.
You see this Cass was playing height. And you know what they say, an offense, defense, surprise doesn't matter if you're playing height.
I don't think that's a saying, right?
Let's not forget that amazing Pharah gameplay from Clonez here, as well as that great ball play from Ethan here.
Mach speed. Clonez is a DPS and a support player.
We have a pharmacy coming out potentially.
The pharmacy has been here for a while.
Maybe massive ult incoming?
Just a reminder, guys, Waynesville is up 1 in this series of 5. Hopefully looking to be 2. Waynesville ultimates are coming up now. Yeah, they do, but Valley seems to fall down to this oppressive Acity. What a character. Recent buffs to his magnetic grenade, also known as the concussion now. It does almost double the damage as it did before, going from a good character to a great character.
We are now looking at 4 ultimates on Waynesville side.
Woo!
That's gonna really up.
Great crowd control from Farah here too, especially with these staggered entry points.
Oh, what a bunch
Big
of ultimates.
ultimate.
3 ultimates.
Oh my God.
Damn. That far ultimate, that was what I was hoping to see. We popped the Wrecking Ball ultimate, the High Noon, and the Pharaoh ultimate all at once. What a bunch of ultimates. However, we are saving the Juno ultimate. What a strong ultimate. Healing, damage boost, speed boost. It's everything in one, all that you could hope for. 4 for the price of 1. What a deal. I wish I could get that at McDonald's.
Fun fact, I will be heading to McDonald's after this.
However, it doesn't look like Valley is going to be able to touch. Early picks from both the DPS. DPS put on an amazing game. What a show put on. And Waynesville takes the second match, up 2-0 against the Valley. Hopefully one more, we'll be able to close out this series with a good 3-0 from Waynesville. Always what we're hoping for. Play the game from Clonez.
Clones.
That is what we were hoping to see as the Farah. I really love Farah. Pharmacy coming out. If you didn't know, that's just Farah and Mercy combined. Getting 2 kills there on the Brig and the Bastion, and then finishing off the Sombra.
It's really, every day you don't see good Farah ultimates, and it's really a great thing to see. You love to see it.
All right, doing good out here. Here's the upcoming schedule for Waynesville Beginner Rocket League Varsity on Tuesday, also known as today. Oh, these are all today's matches. My apologies. So you can see that we're up against Valley on the Overwatch Beginner. Rocket League Varsity is streaming right now up against Fox Warriors. I messed that up at the beginning. And then Overwatch Experience Thursday up against the Farmington Knights. Oh yeah, let's go Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers.
Woo! Wait, let's hear your best roar.
Hold up. Takes much vocal practice to get this good of a roll.
Okay, well, while we give you some time to get that set up, Rocket League Varsity next week up against Fox Warriors again. Overwatch Beginner, now they're going to be up against Fox next week. And then Overwatch Experience, Central Rebels. Tigers up against the Rebels. What a fun matchup. Looking to see. Make sure you guys come and support all of our teams. We love all of our teams equally. Great, let's hear that roar now. Gray, I don't really hear anything. Where's the passion coming from, Gray? Come on. Actually, no, Aaron, I don't want to hear your roar.
Want to hear mine?
I do want to hear yours.
All right.
What a roar. All right. Going through Hybrid, Midtown, Dumbani, and Blizzard World are banned by the Valley Vikings. If you didn't know, Hybrid is a mix of both control and escort. You have to cap the point and then cap 2 points while escorting. And looks like we're going to be picking Hollywood. What a fun map. I love Hollywood. Yo, Gray, what actor would you want to be? Like, what movie would you want to play in?
I'm Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah? Well, like, what kind of movie?
An action movie where I'm starring as a varsity Overwatch player, and you can actually see that movie
Ooh.
next Thursday.
Yeah. What about you? What kind of movie would you want to be in?
I would definitely want to play Caribbean.
Ooh.
Honestly. In my opinion, I'm a big fan of pirates, just like Aaron over here. I'm a big pirate fan.
Or matey?
Yeah.
Who would you like to play as in a movie, Fizzy Pop? Big interview questions going around.
Movie, I would say something like Pacific Rim.
I haven't seen that movie. What's it about?
Big robots.
Yeah,
Big
robot. They put to the best.
Short and
And
concise.
if you want to see some big robots, you can see Caden Crone's Reinhardt gameplay next Thursday, 4 p.m.
I don't know about Reinhardt, but I'm sure you guys will see Ramatra. Hopefully the Farmington isn't watching, trying to get some sneak peeks over here. You guys will be seeing some Ramatra coming out. That is the character of the season for me, at least. Very fun character, very well balanced. We saw it earlier with the dinner team over here. We saw how dominant it was, that punching, boom, boom, boom. Strong it is. You know who else is strong? Zarya. Now that is my favorite tank. Those bubbles are real fun. I love bubbles.
So your
Fun, but they're not
bubbles
much
have
fun to
saved my
play.
life.
All right, well, guys, it looks like we're getting this match set up on Hollywood. This is a good map. This is a map full of mixture of high ground, low ground, pushing the cart, playing the objective, a little bit of everything in this map. You can kind of play however you want, which I think is a good pick from Waynesville. They can kind of work on whatever they want, play however they want to play, try out a new comp maybe, because as we're in the beginning of the season, it's always good to try and throw some wild cards in there, throw your opponents off. Hopefully, we can see some new things coming out here. I'd like to see a little bit more from the beginner team, a little bit more of new characters. Looks like they only play like 2-3 characters per.
And now that we're like about to begin the next round, let's go around and see what picks we want to see that we haven't already seen. What are you wanting to see, Herman?
I'm gonna vouch for Caden on this one, and I would like to see a Winston.
Big surprise here. What do we think Caden's pick gonna be?
I won't pick from the tank because you guys have kind of already heard me talk about the tank. However, in the DPS section, in the defense particular, I'd like to see Torb. He provides good value.
And going to Aaron.
I want to see some Junkrat plays here.
I second
Yeah.
that.
What about you, Gray?
I want to see some pure DPS Zenyatta. I'm talking, I want 0 healing. I want 40k damage out of a Zenyatta.
High damage is definitely good, but healing is the good role from the supports. Zenyatta's a very good pick. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're seeing it.
You know what they say, though?
I don't
More
know what they
damage
see.
is better than no heals or something like that.
I don't even think you know what you're saying, Gray. Mason, we never got to you. Who would you like to see?
But personally, in the support section, I would love to see more of some life weave. Amazing grip.
Those grips are really, really good. But looks like we're going back to tried and true. Brig, Ana, Farah, Orisa. I think maybe a Reaper. I'm not exactly entirely sure on the last character. However, Valley seems to go back to the tank role, pulling out the Ramatra again. Ramatra, Lucio, Moira, back in that damage Moira like we were talking about. Lucio does fall to the Brig. Early pick. Right on the Reaper. Seems to be Neko's character of the game.
He seems to be a Widowmaker, if I'm not mistaken.
I think, I'm not entirely sure. I do think I see something like that. However, Orisa does get 2 picks for Waynesville. Looking to cap that point already. What an early cap again. Hopefully making record time again. Looks like it's NASCAR out here. In record times. Because it's like, escort the payload. Okay. You guys are no fun.
Yeah.
F1, boo.
F1 is not.
Or with the pick on the Lucio and the Ramatra, maybe getting the third on the Moira. However, the Moira does seem to have lost our Farah. Oh, there she is.
And
there
we see
goes
another huge, massive ult maybe coming out of this Farah.
Ooh, maybe another play of the game. Looks like Valley wants to do as much as Clonez is doing on that Farah.
It's really great to see these people with their heroes too get more confident as the game goes on.
Yeah, with this beginner team, I know some of them have just started recently, so definitely finding their character is very, very important. Finding someone who they're good at and somebody who they can get better at. However, their Farah does seem to get the early kill on our Brig, making it a 4v4. Might Valley be able to take this fight? However, we still are pushing cart. Looks like Valley is very spread apart. Farah does get the Lucio. Lucio seems to be falling early picks. And the Moira dead. Oh, big ultimate from the Farah. Just killing the Ramatra, but very good to finish up that fight. And the Farah falls. Team kill for Waynesville. Looking strong again. 5 minutes on the clock again.
Absolutely beautiful Farah ultimate from Clonez here.
Seems to be one of his strong points for sure. But can we talk about this support line that is keeping everyone alive? They're thick and thin, having good healing. Now, that is what I like to see.
Good healing, but you can't forget they're also support, so they're also helping with that damage as well.
They definitely are, that's for sure. Keeping that team alive in one way or the other.
What a javelin!
Looks like Valley tried to take high ground. Unfortunately, they got split across.
And that Reaper absolutely sweeping that Lucio.
Really extraordinary gameplay coming out of this Reaper.
Reaper trying to flank, but gets spotted by the
180-degree flank coming out.
Beat from Valley, trying to keep the team alive to stay on point for as long as possible. Unfortunately, the Nano, the 5 ultimates, the 5 players. Looks like Waynesville caps with 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Faster time than last time.
I don't think I'll ever even beat this map that fast.
Looks like Waynesville found their groove.
I still just gotta say it again. Their support line is absolutely amazing. As a support player myself, especially this break pick, with good inspire time, just could keep the entire team alive.
You know, I like Brig, but I don't know if we can keep the entire team alive. Definitely hard to keep the entire team alive, but Brig, that AoE healing is very, 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 very useful. Very, very good. Oh, are we seeing a Junkrat and Lightning?
Widow is what we really need to focus on here. They are taking notes from our D1 Widow, and somehow he found his way into the conversation again. Captain CSN.
And the
Very
Reinhardt
fantastic
coming back out. A Reaper from Neko, very different from this Reaper character, long range rather than close range. But it looks like Grayson over here got that pick right with the Lifeweaver. Now, as a Lifeweaver player yourself, how would you like to see this be played?
I like to use it for a lot of movement to get myself out of some sticky situations. I also like to use the grip to, save a few people here and there. I like to use it sparingly, though.
Gray was pointing to himself about getting saved.
I don't know what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like we got a Widow 76, guys. Not using the sniper function, just doing a lot of shooting now. Maybe we can get some snipes coming out. May getting in there on the Moira. However, does fall a little bit too aggressive.
What I've always wanted to see in a competitive game, I've always wanted to see a Sky Noon. If you don't know what that is whenever a Lifeweaver goes high into the air and life grips a Cassidy, and the Cassidy uses his ultimate, which is Deadeye, and it can be really devastating or really awful.
I'm not sure if they patched that. I heard that they patched that, but it looks like they might not have. So, maybe one day we'll see it. Maybe the experienced team will try something out like that, because Captain CSN does like that Cassidy character.
Or maybe next week, the beginner team could try it.
Maybe that too.
And with Aaron on the team, if
I personally, Cassidy is my second main besides Junkrat. Also my most played hero.
Ooh. All right, looks like Widow 76 has left the room, but back with the sniping coming out. However, Clones dominating
the entire backline.
Wow, what a domination coming out from Clones over here. Lifeweaver, good grip to save Clones like Grayson was talking about. We're on the Tracer from Valley. Interesting pick. Gonna get some picks from make it a 4v4 again. A smart play. I think Valley should go with an entire dive here. Single out one target, make it a 4v4, disengage, then re-engage. And hopefully they can win some fights like that. However, Valley seems to be struggling over here.
And your brand has come into the room. What are you thinking of this gameplay, sir? The coach himself.
Doing good.
Yeah!
Good
Rocket League game.
Rocket League was good. We were able to win. We took it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
The Rocket League team from Waynesville.
That 2-0 for the Yep, Rocket League with a record of 2-0, starting off strong for the season. Preseason doesn't count, Gray.
extremely underrated accuracy coming out of this Life Weaver. What we really need to focus on is how hard it is to hit shots.
Those thorns, they have a very widespread, it's very difficult. Looks like Valley's trying to mimic what Neko's doing on the Widowmaker. However, once again, this far is doing so much for the team, getting so many picks every single fight. Wow, what a player. Very good potential coming out of here from the beginner team.
Once again, 180-degree flank completely behind them. Might be able to drop another 3-piece.
Widow taking care of this entire line. And once again, this Pharah is taking care of the back line. Aaron, how do you feel about this Pharah right now?
Honestly, Clonez is doing a phenomenal job as far as he has a very, very good record on her so far for this match. Really putting in that pressure, being up close and personal with the Valley.
That's a window coming out of
A
Waynesville.
window, amplifying that damage from all projectiles. 15 seconds left for Valley. How are they going to push through here? Maybe an ultimate or two with the Pharah dead in spawn. Maybe now's their chance to push. Looks like they went Sombra for the touch. They're on point. The tree coming out from Lifeweaver. Unfortunately, does miss his point. Definitely a misclick there. See what this Ryan can do in close quarters. Bap getting a kill on the Moira. Oh, Bap getting 2 picks on the Sombra. Wow, look, that's that DPS we were hoping to see from you. Not hope that you were hoping to see, sorry. And that's the victory for Waynesville. 3-0. Clap it up.
Great game player for Waynesville.
Play
Play
the
the game
game
Clones
again.
again. You love to see it.
All right, well, guys, that's going to make the beginner team for Overwatch 1-1 now, 1 win. Starting it off strong in the second week. That's a good record. All right, Thursday, experienced Overwatch is going at it up against Farmington. And then next week, Rocket League Varsity and Overwatch beginner. Both those games happen at the same time. Tune into which one you would like. And then Thursday, again, Waynesville Overwatch experience up against the Central Rebels. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, 4 o'clock, we will be streaming. So make sure you tune in, like and subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so you guys can stay tuned for any time we live stream. It was nice having you guys here. Thank you guys for watching. This was Caden Crone,
On Mendez.
Aaron Gonzalez.
our feature,
Up, aka Gray.
and
Ready to go, Landra.
I wouldn't say all that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hope to see you guys Thursday and throughout the rest of the season.